Hello angels and welcome back. Now, if you do what I tell you to do in this video, your life will never be the same. And I'm being dead serious because I think a lot of us are trying to manifest our dream life in the most hardest way possible. And no, I'm not just jumping on some manifestation hype. This is backed by quantum physics, by energetics, by psychology. You just need to know how to work with it. So everything that I want to cover in today's video is what quantum jumping actually is, without all the fluff, without all the bullshit. How the pioneers in manifestation and in quantum physics explain this. The energetics behind timeline shifting. Why your identity is the most powerful thing to change. Your nervous system and the ladder method approach. And the exact methods and tricks to have you timeline jump faster and permanently. Okay, so let's start with what quantum jumping really is. So quantum jumping is based on quantum physics, which teaches us that there are infinite versions of you and realities of you that are existing in the quantum field simultaneously, which means you're not stuck at all. It means you're just attuned to a frequency of a reality and an identity that is existing in the quantum field right now that you are living through right now. But when you shift that internal state, your thoughts, your beliefs, your emotions, you literally go on to align to a different version of you than the one that you are operating as right now. Maybe even a version that has everything that you want. This is the science behind parallel realities. In quantum mechanics, particles exist in multiple potential states until observed. Your attention is that observation. Where your attention goes, where your focus goes, your energy is going to flow to. And the moment you place your attention, your focus on a possibility, you begin to actually collapse it into your experience reality. This isn't woo-woo. This is consciousness. Consciousness is energy, and energy is the only language the universe operates in. There are infinite versions of you existing in the quantum field right now, each own existing in their own vibrational frequency. But your job isn't to create it. Your job is to go on to choose them. Which brings me on to my next step, which is getting clear on the timeline that you want for yourself, because you cannot go on to jump into a different timeline, to quantum shift into a new reality that you are not clear on. So what does that version of you feel like? What does she look like? What does she do on her mundane Wednesday morning? How much money does she make? And how does she go on to spend her wealth? What does she believe that's normal for her? What does she expect to happen in her life? Because here's the thing, clarity goes on to collapse time. Because the truth of the matter is, all of us are really just manifesting the most of what we believe is normal, what we go on to expect for ourselves in our everyday life, not what we desperately want, not what we're desperately seeking to happen into our lives. So in order for that to happen, we need to go on to define a new normal. And we need to stop treating this vision like it's a goal and actually start viewing it as a standard of our life. Okay, and then the next step, which is rehearsing the embodiment of this version of you, rather than just thinking the thoughts of that version of you. Because let's be honest, if thinking positively manifested your dream life, we'd all have it straight away. It's not enough. You need to feel it in your body. You need to feel the chemical reaction of you shifting frequencies happening in your body. Because the truth of the matter is, your emotions are energy in motion, and those are going to be the activators that allow you to jump into the new timeline. So I want you to ask yourself, what beliefs does this version of me hold? You know, how does she feel? How does she act? How does she move? How does she make decisions every day? And this is not about faking it until you make it. This is about tuning your nervous system to a new baseline. Walk like her, speak like her, show up like her. Not in a way of you having to be in a state of delusion, but in a state of, okay, this is the direction I choose for myself. I'm a massive fan of Joe Dispenza, and he says it best. Once you change your internal world, the external must follow suit, because you've altered your electromagnetic signature that you are emitting out into the quantum field. And he goes on to explain in great detail that your thoughts and your emotions go on to create this measurable field of energy around you. And when that field changes, your reality must follow suit. You're not trying to convince the universe, you're trying to convince yourself, because once you internally believe this to be true, the universe has no other option but to mirror it back to you. Which brings me on to my next step, which is inspired action is the portal. Because truth be told, you can't just vibe your way to a new life. Action is always a part of manifestation. But here's the thing, when you're in alignment with that frequency, with the correct frequency of the desired self, aligned action is just easier. It becomes intuitive. It becomes inspired. You'll get these little nudges, these ideas out of nowhere. You'll notice these synchronicities happening. You'll feel that visceral pull to go in certain directions. So in these moments, I actually want you to treat your decisions like declarations. Every single movement you make, every single decision you make, you are declaring to the universe, I am her now. I'm going to quickly say as well, please, for the love of God, do not obsess over the how it's going to happen. Don't get caught up in all the ways it can happen for you. That is the universe's job. Your job is to hold the frequency for long enough to take inspired action when you feel called to, and to trust. Because at the end of the day, action is the bridge between the quantum field and your 3D reality. And baby girl, you have to build that bridge step by step. Okay, the last step that I want to really address when it comes to quantum shifted is you need to make it feel safe within your nervous system. Because let's be completely honest here, your nervous system has so much more to say in what you allow in, what you receive in, and what you go on to manifest than most of the things within you right now. When you are trying to shift identities, when you're trying to jump into a new reality, you must first feel safe in order to do so, or your body is naturally going to reject that. Because even if we like it or not, your nervous system is built to protect you against the unknown. Even if that unknown is success, great amounts of wealth, a great love story, or anything else that you say you want. When something feels unfamiliar to you, your body, your nervous system is going to perceive that unknown, that unfamiliarity as a threat. This is why I back gradual shifts, or another word or another way of saying it is the ladder method. It can be really powerful because each believable step that you can truly embody, that you can truly step into, reassures your nervous system of, hey, okay, I'm safe. I can handle this. I can take on this level of responsibility, which then is going to allow your energy to go on to expand to match the frequency of the next upgraded version of reality available to you. And only truly when you feel safe is when quantum leaps can actually stick and integrate into your life, because your body cannot quantum jump when it doesn't feel safe and receiving. Say, for example, you've only ever made £2,000 a month, right? So if we were to jump from there to jumping into the identity and reality and the frequency of being a billionaire, that is going to be a massive stretch for you to do. Your body and your subconscious mind is naturally going to reject that and scream, no fucking way. So in those moments, that's when you would use the ladder approach or the gradual manifestation buildup. You would ask yourself, okay, what's the next truly believable step for me? Is it making £5,000 a month? Is it getting one paid client? Choose the reality that your body can truly embody and that your nervous system feels safe in receiving. And really, this is how we actually recode ourselves, little by little, bit by bit, step by step, gradually, until this frequency becomes our new subconscious norm. Because your subconscious mind needs the repetition, it needs the safety. And the more that you can affirm this identity and you can act from this identity, the more real it's going to make it in your 3D reality. This is why doing a massive shift triggers your nervous system to respond in stress responses like avoidance, like self-sabotage, because it feels a threat to this. It's so unfamiliar, it's so unknown to it. And our nervous system is like a little child that just wants to go home, back to its routine, back to its life, and stay safe in what it knows. But when you ladder up gradually and you keep going to the next step and the next step to what you believe is possible, you're expanding yourself. You're training your nervous system to handle more. And 9 times out of 10, you're actually doing this all and getting to where you want to be a lot faster by doing it this route, instead of just holding on to that billionaire frequency and hoping to God that you can jump from where you are to that state in however short of a time that your goal is. And most importantly, you let your nervous system experience the safetiness of, oh my God, okay, I can handle this bit. Okay, yeah. Okay, give me a little bit more. I can handle a little bit more. Okay, great. Which means you are much more receptive to everything happening for you. You're much more open to these timeline jumps, to these opportunities, to these internal identity shifts. The most important thing in this is the thing that we want to avoid is self-sabotaging our own quantum leaps. Now, maybe, okay, maybe you've gotten this far in the video and you're sat there thinking, You know what? That's cute, Becky. Thank you. But I've been doing all that and fuck all has happened. So I'm gonna cut the bullshit with you. This is not a 7-day hack. This is about energetic consistency and internal commitment. You're literally recoding your body and your mind to a new timeline. So that is gonna require you to show up every single day, bouncing back even when you fall off, to try your hardest, even when the reality in front of you is not giving you the evidence of the things that you are manifesting into your life for you. I mean, really, quantum jumping is not this instant glow up. Sometimes it really can be a slow burner. But what really quantum jumping is just shifting your perception. That's all it really is. And just like any new change, your nervous system needs time to adjust to a new timeline. It needs time to adjust to a new belief system, to a new way of thinking, to a new perception of this world in front of you. The same way if you were to move into a new house, when you first get in there, it feels so not like you. Everything feels so unfamiliar, so new, and so blank canvasy. And then before you know it, it's your new normal. That's exactly how quantum shifting works too. Either way, I guarantee you this. One day you're going to sit back, you're going to reflect back on the past versions of you and realize that your life is truly unrecognizable. And that when you really look back at the moment that actually shifted it, all it really was a decision and a direction of who you wanted to become. And you decided, I'm not waiting for that to happen for me. I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna be her. That's where it begins. Now, if you like these kind of videos, if you're interested in this stuff, then hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, let's become friends. And as always, I will see you soon. Mwah.